another video, and in today's video I have another word for y'all. And today's word is, these people want to drive you crazy. Okay, there's this phrase that people always say, right? And it goes like, this person drove me insane, this person drove me crazy. And at first, I just thought people were just saying that because it sounded cool. Or now I see that this is literal. Like, people can and will drive you crazy, especially if they're miserable, especially if they're not going through the life that they envisioned in their heads, right? Since they feel inferior and they feel like you drive them crazy by the godly person that you are, they want to drive you crazy. And how do they do this? They do it in very covertly ways, such as coughing, making all these noises, all these mouth noises, disgusting noises for hours. And when I tell you for hours, 4 hours, they'll do that. They'll make noises to get your attention, such as clicking pots and pans. We have to call these covertly actions out. We have to call them out, because there's people who are going through this without knowing like how to explain it. They don't have the words to explain or know what they're going through. As a psychology student, let me tell you, the brain is very powerful, and these narcs and these psychopaths and these toxic people know that naturally. They know it naturally, because if you see the very essence of a demon, right, they need to have a body, right, a humanly body to act out the things that they want to act out. Or if we see the natural nature of a demon, they just want to take your energy and take who you are, right? And this is why the demon possesses you in all of this, because they need a home, right? And this is the very essence of a narcissist or a toxic person. It mirrors the demon and the narcissist and the toxic person, the whatever you want to call it, right? It mirrors it because it's one and the same. They go hand in hand, because who's the middleman? Satan, their father, right? And so these people, they want your attention so bad, and they don't care how they're going to get your attention, whether it's positive or negative. They just want your attention. And so they're going to do all these things to get your attention. And it's more so that they don't want to face themselves, and they don't want to do what they have to do, right? They want you to do the work for them. And it's like, you got enough going on, right? These people want you to be their puppet. They want you to perform for them all the time. They want you to work for them all the time. They want you to give them your energy all the time. And it's like, no, honey, I have things to do. Like, it comes a point, and there's a limit to everything, y'all. It's a limit to everything. This is why you have to know how to deal with these toxic, immature people. And a lot of us are in survival mode, right? And there's this phrase that says, survival of the fittest, only the strong survive. And that's a lot of us chosen ones right now, because we're in unfortunate situations, such as living with people, and it is hard, right? It is hard, because when you're around these types of people, they give you anxiety, they give you fear, they fearmonger you and intimidate. They try to, okay, let me say try to, because they really do try to. The reason I'm saying they try to is because it does get to you. At the same time, you don't linger in the things that they do. You get what I'm saying? To trigger you, or to annoy you, or to, anger you or provoke you. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are provoking spirits, right? And the reason why they provoke is because they want not just a reaction, but they want to prove something to themselves, right? They want to prove, like, I am this God. Hey, I am this powerful person. This is how delusional a narcissist is. This is how delusional these toxic people are, is that they do all of this to just feel powerful. You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying it's hard sometimes is because they're very persistent. When I tell you they're persistent, they're very persistent. Like, they don't stop for nothing. And they'll drive you crazy. Like, they'll do this thing where they try to rebel against the norm. You get what I'm saying? So it can be things such as small as, like, leaving the lights on in the bathroom, or how can I say, like, leaving things messy everywhere, right? Just so many little things that they do on purpose because they want you to notice them, and when they're gone, they want you to be remembering them. And that's a form of control. That's a form of manipulation. You get what I'm saying? And on the topic of manipulation, they want to manipulate you every time that they get, and they're very calculated. They're very callous. You get what I'm saying? They're very evil and wicked. Their mind is really restless when it comes to, like, us chosen ones, because it's like they're always seeing a way to provoke, to annoy, to frustrate, to trigger you, because they feel the same way about you. Like, you trigger them, you annoy them, you frustrate them with the qualities God has instilled in you, right? And the reason being is because of, like I said, the demons inside of them. They just feel annoyed by the chosen ones, and they feel inferior to the chosen one. And this is why they will, how can I say, what's that word? What's that word? Oh, project, yes. They will project what they are feeling for you onto you. Because if you're making them feel that way, best believe they're gonna be vindictive and delusional and all of this to make you feel the way that they're feeling, right? And the thing about it is, they want you to feel this way because they feel like you're the one who's controlling them. You're the one who's manipulating them. You're the one who's, doing all of these things that they're doing, because they feel like you're doing things perfectly, like you don't have no flaws, like everything is perfect for you, right? But that could be far from the truth. That is far from the truth. It's just us chosen ones, we got a way of going about it. They don't. It's that simple, right? And so these people, they want you to feel miserable. They want you to feel crazy. They want you to feel all of these feelings because they feel it. And they're miserable. And misery loves company. Misery wants you to feel misery too. Yeah. Misery wants you to feel misery as well. Because if you're miserable, then they're gonna be happy as well. And speaking about psychology, this thing that the CIA did within wars and all of this to kind of like retract people's mind and make them fear and, fear mongering and all of this, right? And I swear the narcissist has, or the toxic person has read these books or something, because this is exactly how they act. They do all of these things persistently to break you down. And it's wicked and it's disgusting and it is just horrible. Because, like I said, they're very persistent. And while they're very persistent, it's like, I look at it and I'm just like, gosh, if you would use your time for this and just, you know what I'm saying, like, just do something productive, right? Like do something that really matters in the world, change the world. You get what I'm saying? But they don't. They just use that productivity to get to you. And it's like when King Saul was going after David, he wasn't using that time or that energy to build his kingdom and all of that. He was using that time and that energy for David, to kill him, to destroy him. You see where I'm going here? This is what these people want to do. They want to destroy you. They want to kill, steal, and destroy you. They could keep trying. They could keep going. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work. It might work for a few, but it's not going to last. This is what these people want. They want these things to last for you to be miserable, for you to be angry, for you to be how they are. Because it's true. When you feel how they feel, they can sense it and they're happy about it. They're like, oh yeah, this person is depressed. Yeah, that's good. This person is sad. Yeah, that's good. This person is miserable. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. This is how these delusional people think. You gotta understand that, guys. And once you understand that, then you won't give them no power or authority over that, over you. You get what I'm saying? These people, they want your attention so bad that they're willing to do things for hours. They're willing to do things for days. They're willing to go after you just to destroy you, just like Saul did David. Saul was unstoppable when it came to destroying David. And guess what? David had to run for his life. He had to fight for his life. And that's what we're doing right now, y'all. The chosen ones are fighting to survive every day because they're after us every day. They don't give us a break. They don't, you get what I'm saying? Like I said, they're very persistent. Saul was very persistent with David, trying to destroy David. He had this persistency that came over him that said, nah, his father Satan was telling him, nah, you gotta destroy this dude. Because he made David feel inferior. He made David feel small. I mean, not David. He made Saul feel small. He made Saul feel inferior. He made Saul feel less of a man. You see where I'm getting here? History repeats itself all the time, guys. It's nothing new under the sun. It's like they're Saul and we're David. And let me tell you, David, he been in this walk with God ever since he was a teen, ever since he was young, ever since he was a youngin'. And so what Saul wanted to do with David is destroy him. Destroy his reputation, destroy his manhood, destroy everything that David stood for. And this is what these narcs and these toxic people want to do to the chosen ones. But we cannot let them win, y'all. We cannot let these toxic, delusional narcissists win. If they feel like we let them win, then it's over for us. Because the ultimate thing that they want to feel is security. They want to feel like God. Why do you think a lot of these narcs and these toxic people hate when you bring up Jesus or when you bring up God? They can't fathom the word. They start to feel this anger and this disgust when they hear Jesus or God. Why? Because they want to be God. Look at the very essence of these demons and why Satan fell with the demons is because they wanted to prove a point to God and be like, yeah, I'm going to do better than you. I'm going to be better than you. And I'm going to be God myself. Because they were jealous. And that's the very essence of these toxic people, of these narcs, is that they want to be better. They want to be God. They want to feel inferior. They want to feel powerful. because they're so insecure, they're so low and low vibrational. It's crazy how delusional and miserable that these narcs are. They gotta be persistent with their contract with their father. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a contract with their father Satan, because if they don't fulfill their contract, then guess what? Their father is gonna go against them. Because this is what these narcs and these toxic people, and the very essence of the spiritual, is that evil goes against evil. It doesn't even matter. Like, evil will go against good, yes, but evil goes against evil too. Like, especially when it's like a power dynamic, they're gonna fight till they see who really is the king or whatever. Like I was saying, history repeats itself. Why do you think we have wars? Why do you think we have this and that? It's to see who's more powerful, because power is currency. It doesn't matter if it's currency and money, emotions, physically, anything. The currency can come through anything. It doesn't just have to be physical money. It's people's energy, it's people's times, it's people's gifts that they take. You get what I'm saying? So y'all stay safe from these narcs, because they really want you to feel how they feel. They really want you to be miserable. They want you to kiss their behinds, and it's not gonna happen. They want to treat you like a puppet. Y'all stay strong. Y'all stay in your word, stay in God, stay with God, because He is the only one you can walk with beside when you're going through these types of warfares, right? Because like I'm saying, even though David was scared and he was fearful for his life, David kept going to God. He kept talking to God. God was his best friend, honestly. He was very persistent in reaching out to God and reading his word and praying and making sure that God knew how he felt. He was very honest about how he felt. He was always saying, "Why have you forsaken me? Can you hear me?" All of this. He was very honest. And this is what you have to do when you're going through something like this with these narcs. You have to be very honest with God and tell him to save you, and tell him, "Hey, can you hear me?" All of this. That's all I have for today, y'all. Like I always say, be real, stay real, because once you are the realist, you cannot go back to the lie. So I'm going to catch y'all until next time.